the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead on the news at noon, from Ukraine to Washington, D.C., Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky is set to meet with President Biden today. What we're learning about that visit. Plus, the manhunt begins for a police impersonator. D.C. police are looking for a man they say disguised himself as an officer before shooting a man and child inside a home. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Annalisa Gale, filling in for Mark Hall. We start with meteorologist Brittany Ward now. Brittany, we're gearing up for some changes tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, Elise, it's the first day, Annalise, excuse me, it's the first day of winter, and we are seeing lots of sunshine. It's really going to feel like winter when you are stepping out the door. Satellite and radar showing you not even a cloud in the sky as we headed through our morning. That's going to be the trend throughout the afternoon, but then we start to see a few clouds begin to roll their way into our area. So planning your afternoon here in the nation's capital, it's mainly going to feel like December out there, 43 as we head into that 1 o'clock hour. Still seeing those clear skies out there, but then we start to see a few clouds begin to roll their way into our area for the second half of our afternoon. 44 as you head into that 2 and even that 3 o'clock hour. Overall highs today will be in the lower to mid 40s across the entire DMV, with the exception of Fredericksburg, Virginia. You guys are coming in the upper 40s today, but we are tracking a few rain showers and some wintry mix as we head through your Thursday. So definitely keep it here. We'll have a check of that forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Brittany. Well, happening now, preparations are underway for a presidential visit from Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky. It's a rare trip for Zelensky there, who has been leading a country that has been under relentless Russian attacks since February. DC News Now's Randy Bass is at the White House with the latest on his agenda.
Ukrainian president is set to start his visit to D.C. here at the White House. Earlier this morning, the Biden administration confirmed those plans in his schedule. They released saying he's set to be here at around 2 o'clock this afternoon. After he's finished meeting with President Biden, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is set to head across town to Capitol Hill, where he is set to address members of Congress during a joint meeting later. The timing of all this coming as Congress has less than 2 days to debate the omnibus, or trillion-dollar federal spending bill. In that budget, about $45 billion more dollars in emergency aid for Ukraine could be on the way. The Pentagon is preparing to send Patriot surface-to-air missiles to the country to aid in its defense. President Zelensky tweeting this overnight: "On my way to the U.S. to strengthen resilience and defense capabilities of Ukraine. In particular, POTUS and I will discuss cooperation between Ukraine and the U.S. I will also have a speech at Congress and a number of bilateral meetings." Right now, anticipation for the historic visit is building as Zelensky heads here to the U.S.
Tremendously proud that president of my country remains in my country when this is everything is going on, and I'm really glad that he has courage to come to the Congress of one of the most powerful countries in the world to speak up and show the world.
Now, this marks a big step for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. It's been about 300 days since Russia first invaded his nation of Ukraine, and this is his first time making an international trip since those attacks began back in February. Reporting at the White House, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Also happening now in the district, the D.C. Housing Authority's board is preparing for an overhaul following a council vote there. The change gives Mayor Bowser more power to make some appointments. It will also reduce the number of members from 13 to 9. The new DCHA board will include a representative for the D.C. Council as well as a housing resident with voting power. The measure also reduces the length of terms for DCHA's board members to 2 years. Mayor Bowser says this is needed to fix decades of problems, while her critics say the mayor has had her chance to fix those issues and has not done so just yet.
DCHA has a specific mission to house our lowest income residents, and it needs an independent board focus. This plan is designed to move the authority out of the board's hands and squarely into the mayor's.
If Mayor Bowser signs on these changes, will go into effect in just a few days. HUD officials are yet to weigh in on this decision. As lawmakers battle over the passage of that spending bill, their fight could impact workers right here in the district. DC News Now's Katie Reese spoke with federal workers ahead of that potential government shutdown as a deadline approaches right before Christmas Eve.
Now it's a bit of a toss-up. Some of the federal workers I spoke to, they're really worried about a potential shutdown, and others said this wasn't their first go-around and believe the government will resolve that shutdown before anything can happen.
You know, you could be without for some time, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
Hoping that it won't last forever. I've heard war stories about it.
Early Tuesday, lawmakers proposed the spending bill for the next fiscal year, with compromises on funding to aid Ukraine, other defense matters, as well as aid for communities recovering from natural disasters. But some key points are causing a standstill for lawmakers, which has some federal workers and their families worried.
It is always a challenge when one out of two people stop getting paychecks. So we'd obviously like to avert a shutdown altogether.
One federal employee told me that some essential workers, like members of the military, will still receive paychecks if the government does shut down. Others say they'll likely receive back pay. But for contractors, some won't know if or when they'll get their next paycheck.
It's able to pay rent, utilities, and stuff like that. So I just got my own place. Don't want to lose that. My first rodeo. Try to save what I have, and hopefully it'll last long enough until I find something else.
Other federal workers I spoke to say they're not worried.
Continuing resolutions, usually this is a political tactic, and typically we get our continuing resolution and we can continue working. It's been enough worry and scare with everything that's going on in the last 3 years. And so I think for those of us who are working and are healthy and happy, that's going to be the last thing I worry about.
Now, this financial spending package, it's nearly 3 months late. It was supposed to go into place in October, and lawmakers now have until Friday to come to a decision. In the studio, Katie Ray, DC News Now.
All right. Well, in Frederick, Maryland, rental properties in the city are being held to new maintenance standards. The city says these standards make sure tenants have safe housing. Landlords now have to fix those issues like lack of heat, structural damage, and fire hazards in any units, or they will face some fines.
I have had a snake in my unit. I have had mice in my unit. I have had spiders in my unit. Went back down in the basement again, and I saw this same spot again. Well, come to find out, I was told after they came in and inspected again that what they did, they just painted over it. They didn't try like get rid of it.
It is still not clear if rent will increase, but the city will monitor rent prices after the new standards are put into place. Looking ahead now, in Arlington, the county board approved the use of ranked choice voting for their upcoming primary in June. That makes them the first location in Virginia to use ranked choice voting. The effort was led by County Board Chair Katie Crystal and takes advantage of a Virginia law which changed over the last few years. It would allow for voters to order their choices for a given seat. If a candidate receives more than half of all those first place votes, they will win that election. However, if no candidate receives the majority of the votes, the candidate with the least votes is eliminated and their votes are redistributed based on voters' second choice. Right now, D.C. police are looking for a suspect who they say targeted people living in the Lincoln Heights neighborhood in Northeast Washington. According to police, the suspect impersonated an officer to get into the victim's building. D.C. News Now's Lex Juarez has the latest on the suspect.
Police are still working to identify that suspect. They did get pictures of the man from surveillance cameras that are in the area. You can see in the pictures the suspect was wearing a vest that said police on it and had a badge hanging from his neck. According to police, the suspect used that disguise to get into an apartment building on Clay Street Northeast. This was just before 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then he spoke with the victims briefly before pulling out a gun and shooting both of them multiple times. Now, those victims are a man and a young boy, both of them recovering in the hospital with serious injuries. Police are asking for the public to help them identify the suspect, and if you know anything about him or the getaway car that he used to leave the scene, you're asked to contact police. There is a $10,000 reward for this case. In Washington, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
And right now, D.C. police will provide more information on this case at 2 p.m. We'll be sure to bring you the very latest on air and online, and starting at 5 p.m. right here on D.C. News Now. Happening now, we've been telling you about the triple-demic flu, COVID, and RSV, and it's not only a headache for parents, but also for pharmacies. Our Marielle Carbone has a look at the challenges and the workarounds some are using now.
We've had the flu, we've had RSV. The entire elementary school has had the flu.
So a dwindling supply of children's Tylenol and Motrin at the pharmacy is not a welcome sight for Mom Chelsea Hansen.
The shelves are definitely emptying out. We've been able to find enough, but in the back of my mind, I'm definitely keeping a tab on our supply.
This week, CVS announced a 2-product limit on all children's pain relief products. And Walgreens implemented a 6-limit purchase on online orders for all over-the-counter pediatric fever reducers. Shelves in both stores appeared empty Tuesday afternoon.
Unfortunately, that has been the case. Many stores have been out of.
Dr. Laura Sigmund says cases of RSV, flu, and COVID are spiking earlier than normal this year, which is leading to higher demand for the medicine. Sigmund recommends buying generic versions, ordering online, and using cool mist humidifiers or warm showers to help with congestion. As far as packing your doctor's office,
with RSV and flu, in almost all cases, people don't need to go wait in a hospital emergency department. The exceptions are if a child is having significant trouble breathing.
We as parents need to be proactive.
Parent Barney Gucetta says his son's pediatrician first warned about a possible shortage back in October, so he stocked up on medicine for his family months ago.
And I didn't want to be in a situation where they're suffering, and I couldn't do the rotation of Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Moving forward, he's keeping an eye out for added shipments at the pharmacy.
Ask your provider.